So we'll go from that mess to a classic. Yeah, this is only an hour. Well, oh no, this is an hour 35. Holy shit. Yeah, this is going to go till 2 a.m. All right, we're doing it. It's Halloween night. And it's a tradition, so we're going to do a fresh take on an old classic. I give you Night of the Living Dead. An Image 10 production. It is, like, ridiculous that the only reason this is in public domain is because George Romero was such a green filmmaker, he had no idea about copyright laws. It was about this time them Duke boys got into some trouble over at Cooter's. Print by Movie Lab obviously put over the credits for some reason. Title sequence, The Animators. It sounds like a 50s doo-wop group. Hardman Associates, Inc., Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That cemetery entrance sign has seen better days. Should you be doing 35 miles an hour through a cemetery? America! Fuck yeah!
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're
going to be back after midnight?
Out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like
Actually, Spider Baby is on my list of movies to do, actually.
Any of that candy left?
this. No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth.
Well,
Mother
it's
wants
not
to
a wreath,
remember,
first
so
off.
we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Back on? Oh. Ladies and
Hey,
gentlemen,
good.
we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
Well, that couldn't be that important. Fuck it. No power windows on this fucking car.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it
God
in?
forbid we change stations to see if there was some other station up.
Well, there's no one around.
Well, yeah. What do you want? It to be teeming with life?
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time change.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
It is embarrassing when you can't find your loved one's grave. It really, because you're wandering around this cemetery just looking for a grave, and you look like a fucking creep.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die.
What a
and
waste of money
the caretaker
commemorating
or
the
somebody
dead.
takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
Johnny's a bit of a cunt. Are you done praying? Jesus Christ, I want to get home.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
God does not approve of that statement, sir.
Hey, I mean praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, church
Not
doesn't
much
appeal
sense
with
in
my,
going to
agree with
church.
my lifestyle.
Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boys, you'll be damned to hell." Remember
Wait,
that?
Grandpa
Right
was a
over
Jewish
there.
guy?
Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it.
Stop pronouncing my
ignorant.
name that
They're
way.
coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
Every girl crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
I'm getting out of here.
Johnny.
I don't even know if zombies in this movie bite you or try to kill you and then eat you or what. Ah! Hadouken! Oh! Johnny died like a wuss. Yeah, good luck with Halloween kills. I won't say anything about it. Oh, God damn it, Johnny has the keys. Yeah, the zombies are always a little, he's a little fast for one, too. I never understood that about zombies. Like, if their musculature is rotted, how do they move? But since they're animated, technically, maybe they don't use their musculature like others? Yeah, great. The car will roll 10 feet and then you'll be in the same predicament. This is a slower chase than when O.J. Simpson was in the back of Al Cowling's truck. Now, I don't know if they only ever filmed the car from the other side so they can show that damage, like damage was already there. It is interesting, this might be the only zombie movie where they use tools, technically, too. Wait, did you even check to see if he's still following you? Yeah, these are not dumb zombies. Although they do just hang out around the house for most of this movie. Yeah, he's still coming. He's determined. What do we do now, lady? Oh, pretty competent. She grabs a knife first thing. You might want to try locking the other doors. I don't think that reveal really was needed for that music sting. No, this seems kind of localized, and everybody just kind of takes it in stride. Like, there's not a lot of panic in this movie. Yeah, I think, what is it? Dawn is much more widespread, and then day is completely widespread. Hey fellas, can you help me with this door? I can't handle the knob concept. Like in this movie, a squadron of rednecks is just cleaning them up. You want to move, people? I know this is probably the first black guy she's ever seen, but Jesus.
It's all right.
Like hell it is.
Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
No hablo inglés.
I suppose you've tried this.
Well, yes, but I'm mute, so a phone doesn't do me much good. I wonder if that's really what the sound was
Do you
back
live
then.
there?
Oh, lady, it's just a regular dead corpse. You're freaking out over nothing.
Jesus. We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people.
Other people kind of suck.
Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
Are you looking for the key for the gas? It won't do you much good to have food. Barbara's a little squeamish.
What's happening?
How do you think it's happening?
What's happening?
Look, all I got in here is frozen fries.
Two of them.
That's it? You can't handle two of them?
There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to.
don't know!
Shh.
What's happening?
Whoa, hello. That was my brother, you asshole. God damn it, I think you got him. You're wasting a lot of extra shots there. Whew. I'm already tuckered out and I only killed two of them. Oh, oh, it feels so good being a zombie. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, Barbara's screaming shit about the one upstairs. She's not gonna be happy about this. Close the door. You're raising a barn? It's probably your stupid truck that drew them all here.
They know we're in here now.
Oh, his eyes moved.
Don't look at it.
I never noticed that before. I'll just drag him over here in the corner. It is also weird that zombies don't feed on each other, right? It's always got to be living flesh. So, like, but they still eat you after you're dead. Like, they don't, like, stop eating you once you've died. Jesus, what was he made out of kerosene? At least now you don't have to worry about it turning into a crimson head. Okay, no, that wasn't extreme. Don't look at me like that. It had to be done.
Get some more lights on in this house.
Yeah, maybe that we could draw every zombie from the county in this place. I love you, Knife. No one understands me like Knife does. Lipton definitely paid for product placement.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some board, something about a fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
I'm sorry. I'm a woman. I'm not going to be helpful.
Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay?
Uh-huh. All the white women in the world, I gotta get stuck with her. Inspector Gadget. I couldn't find any wood, but there's a cricket in here. Oh, great. Now she summons Pinhead. This fucking guy is resourceful. He's tearing apart furniture and taking doors off. She's still looking at a fucking music box. I found some wood. Ow, my thumb, motherfucker. The hammering is giving me a headache.
That's strong. I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find.
You can't keep giving me these menial tasks.
Yeah, this room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors. Won't be long for those things to be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now.
What? Are you a zombie whisperer? How do you know that?
They're afraid of fire. I found that out.
Of course, we should be afraid of fire too, but...
Beekman's Diner?
Good luck with that. That's
Anyhow,
some
that's where I found that
sturdy-ass
truck I have
table.
out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail.
I can't see out the window if there's zombies out there or not.
I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now it's like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what.
My guess is yes.
There's a man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that
The hash
the
browns were on
entire place had
sale.
been encircled. There wasn't a sign of light left except by now there were no more screams.
He's describing a much better picture, actually.
I was alone. There's 50 or 60 of those things just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I
Luckily, they didn't like the dark meat.
plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery. Johhny and me. Johhny.
Oh, Lord. Now you did it.
We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johhny and he said,
But Johhny brought a cross.
"Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any.
So him asking for it was really kind of weird.
Oh, it's hot in here. Hot.
Maybe take off 1 or 2 layers.
And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johhny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late."
Well, 3 hours, okay, and it was 8
Johnny
o'clock.
asked me if I
So that
were
means he
afraid.
got up at 5.
And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johhny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johhny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johhny, stop it."
I'm just gonna keep working. You just keep rambling on until you're through.
I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up, and I said, "Goody." And he grabbed me. He grabbed me, and he ripped at me. He held me, and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, "Johhny! Johhny, help me!" Oh,
Lady, we were all there. It was 20 minutes ago.
let me go. He ripped.
I run so far away.
We have to wait for Johnny.
Lady, Johnny's head was on crooked.
We better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please.
Yeah, listen. You go out there and tell the zombies that story. Maybe you can bore them to death.
Please help me. Please.
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone.
Your brother is dead.
No, my brother is not dead.
Oh, lady, your brother's so dead. Oh, hey now. Oh, Jesus, I forgot about that. Why do white women have to have such glass jaws? What, sir? No. No. We don't knock out women and then undress them. This is CNN. In other news today, a black man punched out a white woman, and there's 30 posses out there.
Untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them.
Of course, CNN blames Trump.
Being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being...
It is interesting because later on, the zombies are like blue. Once this goes to color.
At this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far, we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police...
What do you think, they climb up the chimney like fucking Santa Claus?
are literally dead with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens to stay in their homes behind...
This guy's a fucking pyro.
Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further. Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and highways are packed with frantic people trying to reach their families or apparently to flee just anywhere.
Or New Jersey on a weekday.
To stay where you...
Yeah, that's a great idea. Start a fire right on the house you're in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received word that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic.
Not gonna make any jokes about this. Nope, nope, nope.
The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and joint meetings behind closed doors. White House spokesman...
The president has called this an insurrection. God damn it.
Following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C.
Damn, when I knock them out, they stay out.
The presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aerospace Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of this latest subsequent meeting. Members of his cabinet, the FBI, Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA within the hour. All radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country, including the one to which you were listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale
And being turned away because they are not vaccinated. Fuck me. Man, I am so out of breath. I better have a smoke. These look like they may be her size. I'll knock her out again, see for sure. There's gotta be bullets. You don't keep your gun in the closet with no bullets. There you go.
Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas, but nothing like
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
Really? You gonna hit me with them?
only late yesterday.
Oh, and these.
It became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This place is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature.
Oh, except for that window behind me.
Dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
the
was
gun
something
and
more than the
bullets.
usual run of lawlessness.
Food and the radio.
Began to suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
Sooner or later, someone
Things as
bound to come and get us out.
creatures from outer space. So again,
And then they'll arrest me for hitting a white woman.
law enforcement agencies urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock the doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Precautions of any suspicious strangers. And keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions.
His,
Further details of this
not mentioning that he
Look,
popped
I
her?
don't know if you're hearing me,
goes on in the absence of any law.
but I'm going upstairs now.
It's almost as though some critical balance of
If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it.
savage killers. We repeat, this radio station
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Don't make me hit you again.
Cumberland, Maryland. Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured.
That's another thing about this one. Like, if you're bitten, you don't turn. So I'm like, it's like if you get eaten by a zombie, you actually don't turn into one. It's how when you get killed by another means that you become one.
Consistent reports from witnesses to the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people
Which
they
is
murdered.
kind of gross, but
Repeating this
we only
latest
report it.
bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland. Civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the
Maybe I should say it one more time, because I don't think you believe me.
And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you, reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
We're from town. A radio.
You didn't notice that?
By their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However,
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How were we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, no. That's the whole point.
The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me.
Asshole.
Take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place? We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we settle this?
Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
They know we're in here.
Yeah, most of it. All of the few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they
With
can't
no
get
exits.
in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and
I worked hard on this lousy pile of wood, sir.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
we could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we can fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy. You know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those
I
things
already
don't have
did.
any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
The one had strength. He got through the window.
They turned over our car.
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Fire exits or locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for.
Nah, you and your logic.
We have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right.
Well, fine. You've just been waiting for somebody else to hook up with.
6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
Was that a threat? Because I'm really happy about that.
Now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
Yeah, and you ain't taking my food or my radio.
You boxed yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
He's right, you know.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
Ow! Ow! Stop it! Ow! Stop it! Why don't you just set the door on fire? That hurt, dickhead.
It's all right.
Two shots. I'm still here, motherfucker. I hope you brought enough for everybody. Oh, that's right, naked zombie. I should probably cover that up. Slimy yet satisfying. Hakuna Matata.
We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in your damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane.
He's ordering me around like I'm like I don't know.
We've got a right.
It's your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
listen, I got a kid down there.
Inconceivable.
I couldn't put her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid. That old man is so stupid.
Jesus.
You get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You know, I want to open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
Wait, he was gonna lock himself down there with his girlfriend?
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead. Hey, we stick together, man. We can fix it up real good. There's lots of...
Yeah, I think they're overestimating his contribution to this endeavor.
We'd all be a lot better off. All three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
Will you talk to me, lady?
He's wrong, you know. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
I wish I had a say, but I'm a woman.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there and let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard the screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Are you gonna start with me now, Linda?
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
It was filthy.
Let them stay upstairs.
I'll keep smoking down here,
Let them.
where there's no
So
ventilation.
many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see. When they
We'll
come
see who
taking
gets
me when I get
devoured
down
by
here.
zombies.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
You gotta be a fucking snarky bitch on every possible front.
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Yeah, you see nothing.
Off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
These guys throwing shit on the floor, left, right, and center.
We may not enjoy living together,
That's for sure.
but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
Did they not check out any part of this house?
If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
Will you do it?
Do I have to?
Look.
Do I have to watch the creepy kid?
Down there and us up here. Do this for me.
Okay.
Okay, open up.
The kid hasn't moved. What do they have to watch her for? Do do do.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
I'll watch your stupid kid.
She's all I have. Why don't you go upstairs now?
Here's an idea. Why don't you bring the kid upstairs? You're right, Doily. She is a bitch.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
The doily loves me. Yes, doily, she'll be dead soon. I agree. Did she just take off her wedding ring? Oh, no. She just pulled out a pack of cigarettes like everybody else in this movie. Secondhand smoke will kill us all, won't it? Oh, doily, they'll never understand.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
I'm married to the lunatic downstairs.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
I don't care. Fuck her brother.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
I don't think there are 15 million people in this county, sir.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Like, drop dead. That'd help.
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here.
Carrying the gun on the TV. I'm not letting this thing out of my sight.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
Night of the Living
No
Dead
sound.
dick waving.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this? Shut up!
In all parts of the country, the wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials
So we didn't buy that shit.
first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted, and medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington.
They said, mommy, mommy, mommy,
Persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
God damn it, Bill. Don't send me these joke ones. We're on the news. We're on the air.
Morgues and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
Because we're safe behind armed guards.
When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed. We're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter.
We've also got a bunch of threshers, because these things are kind of slowing down.
Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be
There's
repeated
one.
throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. We can get some gas. We can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the president. Since convening this conference of the presidential cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are
They're
space
keeping it to
experts
themselves.
being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely
This is
destroyed.
wildly
by NASA
speculative, but I'm
scientists
reporting it
discovered
anyway.
was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those
It's
questions.
obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
Meeting at the White
Look.
House.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
Say, ixnay on the annection
The
K.
radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations.
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been irrefutably
that we have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
Seems to
I
be.
must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can
Yeah.
We have to hurry for our next meeting.
And Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between the...
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the
No,
satellite...
you decided it, sir, and then you pointed a gun at me.
Radiation enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for this further?
Later.
Yes.
There will be a
Yeah,
reply.
no,
Later this
it's
afternoon.
mutants, you know.
There will be a report this afternoon.
Perhaps there will
Yes,
be a report.
yes.
A more
Later.
full report. Will you close the window?
We are everything possible.
Will you close the window and stop talking to the press? Jesus
He
Christ.
said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get care in there, we could get help for her.
Is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard, I saw
Space science.
Willard,
Any moment.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
you know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women.
I am sick of even thinking about it.
And the place is surrounded with these things.
Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working.
And we know you've been feuding with that Homer Simpson fella.
Do you have any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic
We don't know.
Look, you go down there and tell Judy. Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
Oh, what? You're taking orders from him now too? God damn it!
At the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
But without arms and legs, all it could try to do is wriggle hilariously.
Did she ask for me? She had to do anything. I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy. I hurt. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want. Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Well, how long after?
Or chop it up into little bits. I don't know. I'm not an expert.
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them.
And if you don't have gasoline, well, you're shit out of luck.
The funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some
Yes.
jars. Make Molotov cocktails to hold them out while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'm reluctant to even help you, but meh.
Window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
That's convenient.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go.
There you go, dead meat.
We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody.
Oh, there's nothing that can go wrong with this plan.
Now let's move it.
Except for the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that
I'll throw a Molotov cocktail at him.
we'll need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time?
Well, because I'm thinking of stabbing you with these scissors.
Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
Actually, all it does is go meh, meh, meh.
They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom? Are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah, really.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do. We've
And
got
God
to
knows
take
we
care
always
of
listen to
this.
that.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump.
Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's gonna be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
Why don't they use Molotov cocktails to burn all them off and then just go?
Listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
Something incredibly stupid and dangerous.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me?
Stop treating me like I'm not coming back, goddammit.
Boy, you're sure you won't use it all, are you? We've got work to do, honey. And you...
Take me. Man.
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while until we get back.
Don't make me hit you, just go.
Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
Yeah. Where's your trusty tire iron? We got this. Get back downstairs. Blow me a kiss for luck. Oh man, that is the look of a dead man right there. Poor guy. I don't want to ruin the curtains. I better hang them up here. Oh darn, window won't open. Guess can't help.
You ready upstairs? Yeah. Okay, toss them.
I better have cigarettes left. I mean, matches left over. Dummy, you hit the car. I like how fire just kind of dissipates.
Go ahead, go on.
Sexy, shirtless zombies.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar.
I'm going.
It's too late.
Judy, you idiot.
Well, as you're coming, come on. Get in.
Dude, you already established headshots are the way to go. God, I want to watch them die. Then I'm the king of the castle. Oh, they're dead. The pump was on the other side of the house. Why the hell are they going all the way out there? Also, couldn't they just lead them away from the house?
Come on! This key won't work. Watch it.
Yes, I fired a gun at... You idiot.
Gotta get away from the pump.
That's it. We're on our way to Bixby. Bucket. Time to make myself an improvised flamethrower.
Get out of here. Come on, come on.
My jacket's gone.
Oh, boom. They died as they lived. Dumb. He still seems surprised when the gunshot doesn't really work. Zombie wrangling ain't for everybody, but some folks just got a knack for it. Can't hear you. La 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 la. When I'm done hammering this door in, I'm hitting you in the head. Out the window you go, motherfucker. Damn, Cooper, you want to fight back a little?
Drag you out there and feed you those things.
Barbecue. They orderly, like, they come and they take some and then they bring it out and they eat it, like, it's an orderly fashion that they feed. Nom 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 nom. Oh, I love ladyfingers. Nom 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 nom. Man, I have punched out everybody in this house.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Why is everybody so tense up here?
Only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait. We can leave. Or we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
I'm killing her. That's it.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away.
You're a fountain of information, honey.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johhny has the keys.
You gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
They do say that a person's mouth is even dirtier than a dog's.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
It got a tree, hit it.
Good Lord.
They don't have any wet naps out there. That's revolting.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation.
We are the Walking Dead.
Just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy.
Can you imagine a
marauding
troop of
ghouls.
these guys hunting down zombies?
The Naval Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
It's kind of a good slogan.
No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again. All right, that's nothing.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
We're pretty happy about it. I've had this bandolier in my cellar for 40 years.
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down.
Can I see you here?
Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do
They're
you
a bunch of
think it'll
pussies.
take to get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know.
Well, people keep dying and turning into them. It's not right.
We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News. Thank you, Bill, for that report.
Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the heavy rain...
Uh-oh. They ate the lights.
Box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down. Helen?
The power lines are down, Helen.
Haven't you had enough?
Look, 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window, Clint.
But we weren't saying anything. He conveniently leaves a giant weapon out there for them. Oh, they want in. I want to grab a piece of his pee-pee. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm the boss now.
Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
That's it. You definitely should have shot him in the head. God, he hit me in a really not vital spot. This is gonna take a while. Oh. Honey, do you know first aid? Oh. Man, that first zombie's still alive and kicking. I've got a board. Okay, you gotta just wanna die this way. She's not even a zombie, she just hates her parents. I am finally gonna get you, Barbara. For a guy who died of a head contusion, he looks pretty good. You'll never be free of me, motherfucker. I am now a serial killer zombie. Now, I don't see how all that other... Like, he had the other place boarded up pretty well and they still got through, but this door they can't get through. You better put a bullet in him. Her too. The little zombie girl didn't even eat her mom. Dude. Oh, I got plenty for you too, lady. Oh, there's a tunnel here that leads to the town. I can't believe it. We could have walked out. I wonder, they heap light. I wonder if they're less active than daylight. It's like the opposite of the zombies in Train to Busan. Attention all personnel, undead coming in. This is one helicopter ride probably put the film $10 over budget. Here we got our anti-zombie dogs.
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs. There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out.
Right.
You go here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers. You're doing all the work. You take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours.
Give me that cigarette, too, while you're at it.
I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm going to check in the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve. Tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Everything appears to be under control. That's the problem with this. You just don't know which posse's coming to get you. That's true. There's not much subterfuge in these zombies. You're gonna know them.
Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Tom.
This movie's got a bleaker ending than the Mist, for fuck's sake.
Get up here.
Let's get a bonfire going.
Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire?
Get me some s'mores.
You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Nothing down here.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
We promise we didn't scalp them. Oh, they got meat hooks to drag the bodies. It's fucking. And that's how it ends. Zero hope for humanity. Oh, we're not done. We're going to show you the burning, too. Bill Chili Billy Cardeal. Wonder which one was the naked one. Oh, a Croft. No. I'll not be a zombie. Ella Mae Smith. Aw, they got the first one. I guess those were all real radio and TV stations. Alrighty. Or is it? Oh, alright. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I have to get up in like 4 hours. Alright. So that was the Night of the Living Dead. Yay! And happy Halloween, everyone. Hope you had a good night. I did. And I am Thomas10273 on Twitch and Twitter, MST3K and Johhny.